Gigi fam, I am back out here in the garden. Y'all, I did not really want to transplant this persimmons tree because it had fruit on it. I was saying I didn't want to transplant this tree because it had fruit on it, but I'm afraid if I don't transplant it into a bigger pot and put it into this pot that has the water reservoir, that I may lose the whole tree because the leaves on it are kind of crispy. The fruit is still holding on to the fruit, so I may lose that one persimmons that I have because it is very, very green. I don't want to, but I need to do something to save the tree. I know that tree will produce fruit, so if I don't get any this year, I know I could have some next year if I could hold it, through the winter or whatever. Because this tree over here, I transplanted it into it's turn y'all around. I transplanted into this water reservoir, and if you look, no matter how hot it is out here, it is doing good. It is doing really good. So, and that's one of the trees that's doing good. Sorry, that's one of the trees that is doing good. The things that I put into these pots that are water reservoirs. Look at my soursop trees. They're doing good because they're in the water reservoir. No matter how hot it get out here, they're not limp or anything. So I'm going to do the same thing for this persimmon. I'm going to do the same thing for this persimmons tree. And if I lose that persimmons, then, hopefully I could transplant it without losing it and get it into this water reservoir pot. And hopefully it'll do well. So that's the goal for right now. That's where I'm at right now, because I notice all the fruit trees that I have in a pot like this are doing good. And I might consider that for some of my bigger trees too. If I could find some bigger water reservoir pots, I know they'd probably be expensive, but if I could buy, a few at a time, which I do have two. I do have my lemon and my olive tree in plants. Let's check on those and see how those looking. This is the lime. I keep saying lemon, but that is the lime tree. This pot is a water reservoir type pot. And look how it is looking. And here is the olive tree. And it is looking green. Don't have any dying, nothing on it at all. A weed trying to come over here and live. So I think that is the key, probably. I think that's the key, or at least a partial solution to these plants that are dying out. Because you're having to constantly water them. I haven't watered everything in this garden, get water at the same time. Y'all, sorry, it's an airplane. I don't know, even know if y'all could hear it. But that's my little dilemma. So I think I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna transplant this other persimmons tree, even though in the beginning I didn't want to because I was scared I was gonna knock the fruit off. So I just have to take my chances. Take my chances. And then I said I was gonna cover it up as well too, because I didn't want nothing chewing on it. I didn't want anything chewing on it. I'm gonna just transplant it just like it is. I'm gonna cut some of these little tapes off though. Yeah, because I could put my own kind of stick in here and re-stick it. I really like to stick mine with Velcro because if the limb on the tree gets tighter, you can loosen up Velcro. You can't loosen this tape up. It's taped and it's stapled together. Whew. Let me bring you guys in. So, honey, the nets are starting to come out. As soon as what I did was dump a pot. All this is soil that was already used soil. And honey, when I dumped it, the nets came from me. Hold on, guys. Y'all, I am adding some bone meal to the soil. That's all I'm putting in here because that's just all I'm gonna do. Hopefully I don't have a hard time getting this out. Some of the root is already showing anyway. Because if you look in these pots, they just have they don't have a lot of soil in here. It be mainly wood chips that they have in here. They have a bunch of wood chips in here. I'm gonna need to drop this down some more, I know. So this does have a good root to it. Ooh, I got wood chips in my shoe and I'm stepping on it. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to dig around in this bone meal, dig down deep. Gotta get this down in here. I might have to take some dirt out. Yeah, I gotta take some soil out. I should have tested it before I put my stuff in there, but it's okay. Yeah, these things are like little whips, honey. They just fall over. I'll put some more bone meal around it once I get it in here. But yeah, they have a lot of wood chips in they thing, and they fruit be growing. They fruit be growing. They don't have a whole bunch of soil in that pot. It's mainly wood chips. Take a little more out. Yeah, it was getting tied up in there. The root system was getting tied up in there anyway. At least it'll have a little more room in here to expand. And then maybe next season they'll get moved to a bigger pot. I'll get some of those bigger water reservoirs because I think from here on out, I think that's what I'm going to do for my fruit trees. Put them in big water reservoir pot. Probably do it during the off season, like during the fall. I wouldn't dare try to do them so much right now. Might need to dig this some more, so much wood chips on here till it's making it stack up high. But I at least want to be able to get the root down in the pot. A lot of it's root, but a lot of it is also compact wood chips because that's mostly what they have in their soil. If I can knock some of the wood chip out of the roots, I probably could get it in here like I want it, which is what I'm trying to do without breaking up the root so much. But the root is starting to wrap around these wood chips. Oh goodness, got tangled. If y'all could just look, I'm gonna show you up close. Wood chips. That's what that is. It's not a lot of soil. They plant in wood chips and they plants be growing. They plants be growing. We be like, oh, you need this, you need that. These people got wood chips in here with some perlite, honey, and these plants are growing. That's what most of this soil is, wood chips. And I'm gonna put it back in what it's used to getting. I got some of my good soil down there, but I'm gonna put right back in here what it's used to getting. I'm gonna throw some bone meal down here around it. And then the soil that it's used to having is in here. I'm gonna put it back in here around it. That's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, that's such a funny looking root. I think I'm gonna need all this soil. I might have to dig this out and put it back down again. How the root is. Yeah, still not deep enough, guys, because I needed to get at least right there. And this is why I didn't want to fool with this, with that fruit, that one fruit on the vine. This is exactly why. But I'm letting y'all see what I'm doing. I'm not gonna add anything else, honey, because these wood chips is keeping it from sitting down in here like I need it to. I don't want to dump it all out then try it, because I want it to sit in soil. I still don't know if that's the honey. After a while, this gonna be to the bottom of the thing. I keep this oh, okay. Leaves are just falling off of it too, guys. Okay. I think that's good. If y'all could look and see before I bury it, look and see how the root is growing round and round, round and round. Look at that root, how it's growing round and round in here. It might just be how it grows. I couldn't see the root on the other one. I'm definitely gonna wet this in super good. On that. Hopefully this is gonna help this plant, because honey, these leaves are, whew, yeah, I don't like the way the leaves look. I'm gonna go and try to find one of my bamboo sticks. I'll hold that over. This thing is just gonna fall over, honey. I'm gonna let it fall over softly. I don't want it to pop while I'm trying to find a bamboo stick. I would like to have one of my wood sticks. Look to see if I got one of those. Hold on. All right, guys. I found some Velcro and I found my stick. The tag. I do like to keep the tags that come with the trees. I do like to keep these. Honey, you talking about a hot sandy mess over here? I am sandy. I went to walking in this boot after I done dropped those wood chips down in here, honey. I had to take this thing off and dump it. And wood chips was tearing up the bottom of my foot inside this shoe. Trying to get the tag off. I'm gonna put the tag on the stick. I don't want it to stay on the tree, even though it's rubber. I have no idea how big the trunk of this tree will get. The big part of the limb on the tree will get. I don't know. So I do like to save it, because I like to know what tree I have and know about the tree. So I do keep these on. And that's just my preference. It's nothing that has to be done, child. This is what I like to do. Okay. And I have a thinner piece I think I'm gonna put up here and hold where this where the fruit is up here. I'll put that up here. And this is Velcro. This Velcro is very wide. The Velcro itself is very wide. I got this out of Walmart. It's wide, but I just took it and cut it right down the middle to make more pieces and made a thinner piece. Because you don't always need that big, fat, thick piece. So I don't always need it. I'm not going to always use it. So, and it helps the product to last longer too. I have that in. I'm okay with moving it. The fruit is still on there. Whether it's gonna stay, I don't know. It might go to a little transplant shock or something. I have no idea, but I feel better that I got it in this pot, and it's gonna be soaked with water. I'm gonna soak it up. I may fertilize it because that's what's next for everything to be fertilized anyway. I may do all of that now with this one. I got the water hose turned off because I know I was gonna be distracted over here. So if I need to, I can separate it. But I think it's pretty stable right there without me putting something else to it. I think I'm gonna put a couple more handful of soil around here. Because I don't like the roots showing. So some of this ocean forest around. Yeah. It's still not covered up. This is good right here. It was covered right to here. And so I'm doing good with how I'm covering it. I just want to make sure the roots are covered. I don't want to see the root of the tree. Yeah. And I'm going to water this little baby in, y'all. And hopefully it'll pop back. We'll see a different look on this later on by tomorrow. All right, guys. That's just what we're doing over here. Repotted that persimmon tree. It's just 8:35 in the morning. Sun hasn't quite hit the garden yet. Babe is over there. He's starting to burn. Let me turn you around. He's back over here starting to burn. He's getting it together. So we know it's going to be a hot day. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to go ahead on and end this video. And I'll see you guys in the garden later. I am Kathy. I'm growing over here in Glory's garden. Gigi fam, I'll see you later.